Bomidbor, Daf Yudalef Amud Aleph. The pasuk says, the verse says, "Ve'arye kebakar yechal teven." When Mashiach will come, a lion is going to eat hay, just like other domesticated animals. So it's explained in Chassidus in great length that barley symbolizes the word se'er hay, or shehur hay, which is measurement that comes from God's name, the last letter from God's name, the letter Hey, and that gives the angel their existence and their life and their sustenance and their excitement to be a burning fire and burning desire to Hashem. In the angels, there's different level of angels. There's level that is called Pnei Aryeh, level of lion, which is corresponding to the right side, which is the concept of love of Hashem, love of God. And then there's something which is called Shur, axe, which is in the left side, which symbolizes the fear of Hashem. And the way it was, their tremendous burning desire that the Malachim get from the letter Hey of Hashem's name, that depends on serving of the Yidden. When the Jews down in this world, in time of Beis Hamikdash, they used to bring the sacrifice of the barley, and then the Kohen would take that barley offering and bring it up, and then he would put it on top of the altar and would be burnt up. That fire that went on top of it, it was after the Jews did their serving in the temple, that fire came down to take it. And that fire that was in time of Beis Hamikdash, in time of the temple, was in the shape of a lion. That he was, so to say, eating up and elevating and getting sustenance, just like a person eating food gets sustenance and gets the energy that he needs. The same thing, the angel gets their power and the energy by eating, so to say, by getting from this sacrifice that the Jews bring up. And by a person brings it up, they have the ability to do it. And specifically, you have the concept of lion, which is kindness, and you have the axe, which is the level of fear. And when you have on top of a sacrifice, you have a animal being sacrificed, and you have the fire comes and picks it up, that's you have the concept of the right and left together, love of Hashem and fear of Hashem together. Similar concept you have also in the concept of prayer. How does through a prayer becomes a tremendous effect in the world, and all the godly revelations that comes to the world that happen through the prayer. And the explanation is, even though the prayer is physical, but just like the soul and the body are connected, how is the soul, which is spiritual, connected to the body, which is physical? And the explanation is when you have the blood, which is more refined, and in the blood itself, the heat of the blood, and the heat of the blood, that is more, the vapor, so to say, is a little bit more refined. And through that becomes the connection, the soul, through the vapor of the blood, and through that to all the physical body. Similar to that, when a person is talking words of Torah and words of prayers more specific, the Malachim, so to say, are coming and taking it and they're elevating it and they're refining it and they making that the prayers should become more spiritual and they take the physicality out of it, so to say. And they bring it to the next level. And then the next level of angels take it and elevate to the next level, all the way up till it comes to God Himself, so to say. And this is all the way it was in the Beis Hamikdash as well, so to say. You had the animal that was brought as a sacrifice, and you had the fire that looked like a lion that came and burned it up. But Moshe Rabbeinu did not have a shape of a fire, because he said, I don't want any middle. I want that it should be from godliness itself, should come down, and they should not go through the angels. And when the future, when Mashiach will come, which it will be even higher than Moshe Rabbeinu, higher than Moses, as it says in the Yaskil Avdi Yom V'Nisa V'Gav Me'ed, it will be a very elevated, very high level, even in the Mashiach, then at that point we will not need anymore the angels to come and to elevate the prayers and the work that we do, and therefore it's going to be done by the tzaddikim themselves, and therefore you won't need the fire, and therefore the lion, so to say, which symbolizes the malachim, the angels, are not going to come and take, so to say, from the ox, which is the sacrifice, because the Yidden, the Jews themselves, will be able to elevate, and they would not need the middle of the angels source elevated, and therefore they will eat, so to say, hay. Hay is a concept, the leftover from the barley. It's not the barley itself, it's just the next thing over. In other words, from the leftovers, from what the Yidden have, that is where they're going to get the Hamshacha. A good Shabbos.